Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here with another video to entertain or assist you in becoming the better Mortal Kombat player. This video is all about Summoner Quan, the full guide as of November 2016, so if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, and some of these things may have changed with any updated patch notes and stuff. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because I always make videos on stuff that comes out like that. So we're going to go over Summoner Quan, his general strategy, what you want to do in tough situations, his overall game plan, meter usage, combos, all that kind of stuff today. So sit back, grab some popcorn or a drink or whatever you want to do, and let's get into it. I'm also going to put timestamps in the description, so if I'm going over something and you're like, yeah, I don't really need to know this, or I already know this, you can go to the timestamp and just go to whatever part of it you want to see. So Summoner Quan is probably one of the most difficult characters to master in the game because of his lack of defense. There's so many characters in the game that can just kind of run him down, so it's super matchup specific what kind of game plan you want to go over. He has two basic ones. One is basically zoning, so you're going to be zoning the character, keeping them at full screen, keeping them away, because once that character gets in on you, it's lights out. Good games, nice try, thanks for playing. The second one is going to be the reset game, which he uses with the EX trance, call a bat, and get some fun to blockables and stuff going. So when you'll use each different game plan depends on the character, and it all comes down to mobility. How mobile is your character? A lot of the times you'll kind of have to do both. So in the case of Jason, Unstoppable Jason is one of Quan's worst matchups. You would want to keep him full screen. He does have that full screen clothesline that comes in, but you can just neutral duck it like this and then punish it. I'm not going to go into matchup specific things, I'm just going to go into more of general strategy and stuff like that. So we're going to start off with just meter usage. So you have a full bar meter here, you see. I like to use my meter in my combos for EX trance. That gets you the most damage and also allows you to call a second bat, because the regular trance you can't call a bat. Call a bat and they get out of the trance before you're able to combo. So if you use the EX trance, here's an example of a combo. I get my bat out. 40% into the corner. Now with your combos, every single combo you want to do, you want to end it with 141, which is this string right here. That string allows you to call a bat for free. Pretty basic Quan stuff, but for those of you that are just trying to pick him up that have maybe never played him before, every combo you do has to have that at the end. Absolutely no exception, nothing. So another combo you could do, for example, this one there, that one's good for armor breaking. 40%, we end it the same way. So you got your mix-ups with the low one. You can also do the overhead. Overhead, I recommend using a bar of meter if you're going to go for this one, because that's extremely unsafe to just go overhead into trance. Like that. So I do overhead, EX rune. It's a little bit tricky to get that down. 141, 32%. So the EX rune adds a lot of damage scaling, so I wouldn't recommend using it a whole lot in your combos, only if you're like kind of throwing something out, like if you're trying to space them, and you go back to the EX rune. Just to kind of, you're not sure if it'll hit, it's kind of a read, so it'll keep you safe in that aspect. Or you can use it for pressure if you delay it, you can delay it like this, and then your plus. So I'll talk about that for a quick second here. Let's set our AI to block. So if you're using it in pressure, for example, so say you do this one and you notice they block, you can hit confirm it into the rune. Now if you do the EX rune like that, it's -1. -1, no harm done. You're safe, they can't punish you. They could probably try and poke after. I mean, if you're feeling ballsy, you could do a down 1 after, because it's 6 frames, but you don't really get much off of that. So alternatively, you could delay it, like I just did right there, and that will make you plus, which means you have the advantage. So the only thing you really get for free off of that, without them being able to do anything, is a down 1. Because you're +7, so you can do a down 1 afterwards for free if you delay it. Now, the tricky part of this is if you choose to delay it, there is a gap there. So let's go reversal mode on, Icy Slide, and you will see here he will armor it through my gap. So you have to be mindful of that. But if you think they're going to armor, then you just do the 2 hits right there. You don't put a gap there, and then they can't armor. It keeps you safe. And you can say, screw you, Sub-Zero. Take your stupid slide, get full screen. Well, I call my bat again. So that's a good trick. Alternatively, you could use the EX Skull, but there is pushback on that, but it does keep you plus 6, I believe. That's more useful in the corner than mid-screen, so don't really use it mid-screen that much. So yeah, meter usage, basically just use the EX Trance. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm going to go into some of his strings here. So he's got this overhead low string. I catch a lot of people just throwing this out. This is unsafe though, it's -14, so if somebody knows the matchup, it's pretty punishable. But it allows for a knockdown right in front of you. So you can just mix it up, you can go overhead, do this one, into the low afterwards if you want, or you can do this one, EX Rune, get the combo. Allows for some interesting meterless mix-ups, but like I said, it is a little bit unsafe, so if they know how to punish it, I believe it's -14? Oh, -12, even better. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult to punish, but you know, the option is there if they know how to do it properly. Second string is this one here. You can actually stuff a lot of wake-ups. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate this on Predator, since I know for a fact I can break his armor. So we're going to use this 4-2-1-2-2 string to break his armor when he tries to do it on the wake-up. So we do our big combo, call our bat, and then we just do this one, and you see, because it's multiple hitting, it broke his wake up before he got a chance to do it, and for his troubles, you guys see 47%. Oh no, he tried it again. Here's another quarter combo for you there, bro. See, I use 1 bar meter to call the bat, 47% again. Oh no, you think you would have learned the first time. That's a dumb combo, don't do that. Looks cool though. Okay, so that's a bit of an overview on his strings, how they work and stuff like that, and a few basic combos. So I'm going to go into the reset game. So you're going to want to use this against characters like Smoke, for example, who have very good mobility, who you can't zone, but you kind of need to touch them once and then just kill them. Just keep into this continuous loop over and over again. So we do the EX Trance. And our combos for the reset are a little bit different than our regular combos. I should specify that. So for a regular combo, for example, we would do that into the EX Trance. And we would do that, boom, 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 boom. And the reason that we only do 1 hit before the trance is to get that knockdown at the end of the combo. The more hits that you do before the trance hits, the less gravity you have at the end. So you'll see it'll drop here. Yeah, I'm not able to get my 1-4-1. Now, this is a little bit different when we start the reset game. We want to do more hits before the trance, because the trance is when we're going to end our combo and we're going to go into a reset. So we want to do as much damage before the reset as possible. If we just do this, we get 21%, we call our bat, then we do our standing 4 for the reset, we get 26%. But we could do this, call our bat, standing 4, 28% into the reset, and then we have our bat out. So we get quite a bit more damage doing it that way, and when you're doing the reset part of it, you really need to get like as much damage as possible, because you need to just shut them down and not let them do anything, basically. Do whatever mix-ups you can, keep them on their toes. So the reset game, we'll start off with low again. Do that, and then once you have them in the EX Trance, you can do one of 3 things. You can do either down 3, standing 4, or a crossover. Now, the crossover is a little bit difficult to do because you have to time it for the trance when the trance runs out. Otherwise, the combo will keep going, and you're not going to get anything. You'll probably drop your ender, and you're not going to be able to do another trance because technically it's the same combo. So I'd recommend either doing the down 3 or the standing 4. And then after those, you can kind of go into whatever mix-up you want. So we'll do, I'll show you an example here. There's the overhead low. You send the bat low, then you do the overhead. And you get 28. So we got 28 for the first part, 28 for the second part, so that's 40. 40%, so that's 56% for 1 bar of meter. It's pretty darn good. And then you can keep them looped if you want. Boom, call the bat, boom, 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 boom. And then you have your bat out so you can get even more damage. And you can get almost 30%, so let's see. Yeah, there's 29%, and call another bat. 31% into the reset. And that's kind of our reset game. So you can either do, I'll show you again here. So let's start. Boom, 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 boom. And now we're going to use our down 3 to get some more frame advantage. And we'll just go right into the low attack. Now we're going to do down 3 into the overhead. That's my overhead combo. Boom, boom. Oh, I dropped the end of it. 1-4-1 in the ender. But you can kind of see how that works though. So if you link them all together. Call our bat out. Now that we have our bat, we can do a different low combo that gives us more damage. Oh, that's another one I forgot about. You can also do 4-2-1. And 4-2-1 is very good for doing the overhead option because it links so fast. Like you can see how fast that is there. It almost looks like one string. So let's try it with this one. So boom, boom, bat, boom, boom. Use another bar meter. Have the reset again. Now we're in the corner. We're going to use, and we killed him. There's one complete life bar gone. So that's the reset game. You got so many different options, and that's kind of what you're going to want to do, like I said, against characters that are that have great mobility, ones like Scorpion or Smoke, like I mentioned. So the characters you can't really zone. So that's the strategy there. Just get them into one little combo, and you're good for them. So with this one, I like to do similar to what I do before. Boom, boom, boom. Got over 50% damage with 1 bar meter, so that's good to go. Neptune's inviting me, so now we're going to go over something that I've been asked a bunch about, and this is his zoning strategy. Quan is one of the best zoners in the game, hands down, top 3 zoner. Only a couple people can really hold a candle to the zoning that he has. So the main thing I'll show you is how it all links together if they're blocking. So it all starts off with the skull. So if they block the skull, they have to block the EX rune that comes afterwards. That's just a given. You can delay the rune full screen to guarantee another rune. Unless they jump, they can jump out of it. And that becomes even more scary with the bat. So you got the skull goes into the EX rune, the bat guarantees a skull. I like to use the bat fireball quite a bit in my zoning. Like I usually throw a skull and put the bat fireball because it tracks better. If they try and jump, the fireball will hit them out of the air, and then you can hit confirm it back into the EX rune for a combo and start your zoning again. So do that. So I'm going to set my meter here to normal. Whoops. So you can see my kind of meter build off of that. So boom, 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 boom. Built pretty much half a bar back. So I usually use the skull and the fireball. The fireball guarantees another skull, which guarantees a rune, and you're good to go. So that's over half a bar built back, just from them blocking all that stuff. Now sometimes they're going to duck the skull, and some people know that you can just neutral duck the skull and it will whiff. That causes you not to build any meter. So we'll go block mode off, duck. So you see they block the skull. Oh no! Now this is where it kind of comes with reads with your bat. So if you have your bat out and you see them ducking, throw the skull and try to time the bat for the same time that the skull is going to go over them. Then they get hit by both of them. That's 13%. If it hits in the right way, you got the rune again. There's a full screen combo for you. 25%. So that's the strategy there. And once they kind of respect that, and even if they do block, like they see the bat coming and they decide to block, I mean it's safe. Like what are they going to do, right? You can just throw another skull out if you want. You can do a rune afterwards. It's up to you. Now, you can do a combo with the EX rune. EX rune, rune, into a back call. I don't really like to do this that much because that's not a guaranteed setup. Like, characters with a teleport can teleport on you and punish you for that. Sometimes you can do it depending on the character you're using. Or sorry, the character you're fighting against, because they might not have any options against it. But I feel like that not being a guaranteed setup gives them more chance to kind of run in, and I want to keep them full screen, and I'm not too concerned about it at that point, so I'll usually just do EX rune right into back call. That's 100% safe. There's nothing that they can really do there, so basically that's really all there is to it. The next thing is just reads. Like, if you think that they're going to run in, you can just do that. You know, they run in, they get this close, and you do that, send them full screen again, knock them down with the rune, start zoning. That's another thing you can do if they're zoning. If you do a knockdown and you think they're just going to run straight at you, just let the bat go right away. It's super fast. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how fast the startup on it actually is. You can call it and then toss it right away if you think they're going to run at you. You can do the same thing up close. Like, if you want to be ballsy and call a bat up close, Corey the Dragon does that all the time. You can just call it and just send it up right away, and it'll hit them if they try and counter you, if assuming that they time it right. But that's basically it. So I'll basically go over the patterns again here. So skull. Skull guarantees a rune, which guarantees a bat. If you have your bat out, you can do skull, skull, bat, fireball into rune. Or you can do skull, bat, fireball, skull into rune. So you see, it's just linking everything together and making everything kind of flow, you know? Skull guarantees the bat. Bat guarantees the skull. Skull guarantees the EX rune. There you go. That's basically your zoning. The rest of it is reads. If you have your bat out and you read that they're going to jump, you can hit them with the bat, and then you can do one of two things. I'll show you which option I prefer. So if you see that they're jumping, do that, send them full screen. Or the little bit trickier one that I like to do is hit confirm into EX trance. That allows you to call another bat. You get the 141, you hit them full screen, you get 30%. So either way, both of them use a bar. It's a little bit easier to hit confirm this one than it is for the EX trance. Just because they jumped 31% into a combo, into full screen. And yeah, well, that's another thing. The EX trance does go full screen. So if you want to make a read on them running in or something, or you think they're going to throw their own projectile, you can counter with the EX trance and send them full screen for the zoning again. And that's basically how zoning works. So this is where things can get really dirty, is in the corner. You're in the corner, you got your bat out, your opponent's scared. You got massive amounts of damage for 1 bar of meter. So this is ideally where you want to be in every situation, is just get them in the corner. Unless your strategy is to zone, then just zone and keep them away. But sometimes you can't keep them away forever, or you're zoning them and you slowly end up in this corner here. So you're going to want to do a bunch of different mix-ups and a bunch of different combos, and it depends on the character, again, that you're playing, what their wake-up options are, and what your options are to counter it. So if you have a character like Predator where you can just break his wake-up with the 4-2-1-2-2, then he's going to be a little bit more hesitant to wake up, so you can do more mix-ups. So the goal in the corner is to get your bat out, so do whatever combo you need to do to get your bat out. Most of the time, you can just do EX trance and you'll get your bat out. There's 48% off an overhead starter. Overhead skull, bat. And that was an interesting thing that they changed about Quan in the previous patches, was that you can now combo off of the skull, which was really interesting. Don't exactly know why they gave him that, but... so if you're playing a character with really good wake-ups, you don't want to knock them down. You want to keep them standing. So that's what it's important to do, as much damage before the trance as possible. So we got 28%, and we do that. So you can either go for fun to blockable mix-ups, So there we go. So we got like almost 60% right there without knocking them down, without giving them a chance to wake up. And now they have one chance to wake up, and if they wake up right, then maybe they'll still survive. If not, then no. Again, it'll be characters like Smoke who can smoke away out of the corner, so if you try to attack him, your attack's going to whiff, and he's going to... Now you're in the corner, so that's why you keep characters like that standing. So you can do like either the standing 4, into the low, and now we have our bat out so we can get more damage. Oh, our bat went away. Now we have our bat out so we can get more damage. Now we got 34%. Let's keep them standing. 37%. Let's keep them standing. And we ran out of meter to call bats, so we're just going to knock them down now. But that would have killed them like one time over. So you can kind of see how that is a strategy that you want to use against characters with really good wake-ups. Now, alternatively, what you can do, someone like Predator, is you can go more for damage. Guaranteed damage, which is nice. So you do a combo like that. 42%. And you know he can't wake up, so we go for a mix-up. We drop it because we suck. Go for a mix-up. And in 2 combos, his whole health bar is pretty much gone. And we ran out of meter. 40%. So, yeah, pretty straightforward. Like I said, this isn't a combo video, so I'm not going to really go over how to do these combos, but feel free to go back if you want and you know, look over it and whatnot. So that's the basic strategy, like I said. There's some bad matchups that you're going to want to use the strategy in, like I mentioned, Smoke. Jason's kind of one of them because he's got a little bit of mobility. He's not as bad, though. He's got those command grabs, though, so if he does the command grabs on Wake Up, that can kind of get tricky. So, and that's basically it, guys. That's Quan Chi in a nutshell. I went over his combos, I went over his zoning, I went over his general strategy. So I think you're good to go. Hopefully you find this guide helpful. If you do, subscribe because we make videos like this all the time. Hashtag Bonehawks and all that stuff, and we will see you guys in the next video.